But at the end of the day, what we need to understand is what is life. Life is all about living in the fullest. I'm expanding the word life and then explain. I hope you can understand and then pick the few points. So, living in fullest of eternity. Now, eternity is something. There is no end for it. It is an infinite situation. So we have to live life to the fullest in the eternal part of our journey. Now, living in fullness of ecstasy also is life. Now, ecstasy is basically going from your conscious mind a little higher conscious mind, but you need to understand that we all can be in the ecstasy mode all the time, but at the same time live on this materialistic world. It happens with practice. Now, other than that, living in full fulcrum of our eternity. Fulcrum is basically, if you know that, if you want a big, a huge boulder to move, what you do is you will use a crowbar, which is a iron rod, and keep a small stone below that huge stone and put your crowbar in between, so that the fulcrum is basically to lift that particular heavy object. Now, in the same way, in our life, we need to take the fulcrum of eternity. Eternity is basically the fullness which is already there. We don't need to go and pick up a fulcrum which is not there. It is already existing. Fulcrum is existing. So we need to pick that fulcrum of information from the universe and use it in our day-to-day life. Then other than that, life is basically to learn. I for imbibe. Imbibe is you're going to pick up a lot of information as you go on in your journey. You need to pick up, imbibe. Imbibe is basically taking in every information and every situation of life. You are going to pick it up and see what is the best of it. Be flexible. Flexibility, very simple. What I would say is, if you can see a tree which is very flexible, and when there is a storm, what happens? The tree flexes down, the storm moves in, and then once again the tree can come back to the same position. So in the same way, what happens is, if the same tree is very stiff and like rigid, what happens when there is a storm? It just lifts the tree and throws it out. In the same way, what happens in our life, if you are not flexible, your journey will be very tough, because you will say that I'm a very strict person, very tough person. Yes, fine, all, but in reality of life, we need to be, there is a lot of permutation and combination of life. You need to know where you should be flexible, where you to be strict, or where you to be rigid. Now, with all these qualities, you need to enjoy your life. This is what is very, very important. N is inside. Joy is basically being happy. So when you're happy inside you, everything from inside you coming out is also a product of the joy. Now, the product of the joy is, when you see everything outside, you look so beautiful. You will see everything as beautiful. The best example I can see, when you feel the joy, is when you see a newborn baby or small babies. Can you believe, when the baby sees you, it doesn't assess you who you are, whether your background, you're a thief or you're a millionaire, or how rich are you, and what positions you have. It doesn't see all that. What it sees is, it sees the beautiful aura in you. The aura is nothing but the joy aura. So what happens, the moment it sees the joy in you, which you may not recognize, but the baby recognizes the joy in you, the baby smiles at you. Now, this is what happens. The moment the baby smiles at you, what happens? You also respond to the same joy of the baby's smile. So you become happy. So that's where, whenever you are in the same joyful state like a baby, your life becomes so beautiful. So, saying so, what is that? We all need to. Now, this is not a new story I'm going to tell you. This is a story which you all know it, but it is a reminder just to tickle your brain on this beautiful day of Saturday. I thought, let me just give a little insight about this life. So when you look at the train journey as such, now we are born on this planet Earth beautifully, in whatever, whichever place you are, we are born. And as we go on living, there are many situations. Like, for example, in my own case, I was born in Bangalore in India. I did my education, I was working there until 2000. Then after that, what happened? There was a shift happening. I came down to Malaysia. So that means in my train journey, my stations changed. The station which came back to Malaysia was my station. So I came to this station. So what happened? There's a lot of things happening in this particular. So today, what is happening to all of you is we are all meeting in this station, something called, where it's a terahertz platform, wherein George Neo and the other people who are all combined together in this station to form this station, so that we all can get down the train, exchange the information, and get back to the train. So we are all here in this station today, getting down, listening to Dr. Prabhu, and Dr. Prabhu is basically exchanging information. Nothing new, huh? Everything what he's doing is exchanging of information. Now in the station, let's all enjoy this moment of beautiful joy in the station. Maybe you want to have a coffee while listening to me. Please have a coffee. Maybe you want to have some light snacks with you. Please have it. So what's happening is, put a smile on yourself in this beautiful station of today on Saturday, with terahertz and golden hands together combined to share this information. Now, same way, what happens is, will we be in the station all the time? No, definitely we have to get back to the train and we start moving forward. But many times what will happen in this journey is, like such of those who are all with me for the past 21 weeks, I believe that probably we are all connected in our life's journey, so that our train starts meeting in the station on and off. Even though we are meeting in the same station, we feel, but I would say it's a different station, different timing, different date. It's all different, but we feel, our mind says, hey, it's the same station, Golden Ant Station and Terahertz Station. No, it is the same station, but on a different date, and different timing is the same, but it's a different day and a different situation that we are actually exchanging information. Now, as we move on in our life journey, there might be like today I am seeing 96 people. I wouldn't know that if all the 96 are the same people. There might be new people, there might be old people, but it doesn't matter. What's happening is, can we make the situation joyful, so that we pick all the information what I'm sharing, and probably from there, if you can upgrade your life, why not? Please do it. Now, there is one thing called the death, which is already there on the left extreme of the slide you're seeing. It is definitely we are going to die. But if you look at maybe few thousands years, the saints and all who lived, especially in India, I've heard saints living for 3,000 years, 1,000 years, 500 years. They can live for such a long period. But today's life, living a 30 years of life is becoming such a difficult part. The reason is because we have forgotten our health. We have forgotten that we need to take care of our health, so that this particular vehicle called our body can take us along in our life journey, so that we are able to live to the fullest of our potential. And probably not only we upgrade. Now, in what way you need to upgrade? There is only one thing I would say. There is one thing you need to upgrade is, now we are all consciously seeing this beautiful Zoom meeting through your camera, you're listening, right? Now, this is one part of your creation. What you need to understand is, start picking up a lot of information which is out there in the superconscious state. Now, there are some situations where you will not understand what exactly is that situation. For you to understand, you need to explore. When you explore and when you expand yourself, you will experience the most beautiful part of the superconsciousness. Now, when you're in the superconsciousness, and when you leave this earth, we will call it as death, right? Death means you call it as death. Leave the body at your will. You need to prepare yourself all the while. For that, you need to have a very healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. All these need to be imbibed inside and ingrained inside in every cell of your body, so that you don't die on this planet earth. What happens? You don't die. what will happen is you just leave the body and go. Your soul, time comes, it will leave and go. That's it. If that can happen, I think every one of us on this planet Earth, why we came, we will finish our journey and move forward. So saying so, our life is always a beautiful journey, and we all need to walk our journey. Probably your time may be to change into a different station. It may not be terahertz and with Dr. Prabhu on the golden age. It may not be next year, you may not be with me. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, if you have all the information from the station, whoever is a master giving you, whoever is the teacher giving you the info, pick it up, get back to your train, be in your train. Do not live your life of another person who is teaching something in that station and you go ingrained into it, and then finally you lose your life. Never lose your life in your journey, because it's your life. Come what may, you can have many masters. In this, I would wish to extend my information that there is a person called Dr. Brian Lee. Now, he has written a book called Many Masters and Many Lives. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know how many people have seen this. You please go to the Google or in the YouTube and type Dr. Brian Lee, Many Masters and Many Lives. This beautiful psychiatrist, he has done a lot of research going into the human beings and talking to them and taking them into the past life. Now, many of us may not even believe that there is a past life. But after hearing and listening to them, I found that we have lot of previous lives who came down to see me in Malaysia and from USA, and she course, and then he took her to the previous births, and then he showed her that how she was living probably 500 years, 1000 years before, maybe sometime in the Babylonian time. And he gave her, and she was telling, this is her message she conveyed to me. What she told me was, doctor, he told me that in this particular fine, she could recollect all that, in that particular one part of life, she was working in a government office and in a higher position. She had a very good comeback every day. Now, but one thing what she noticed was this particular person, the girl who was her friend, and a little naughty, especially when they were walking on the road. She sees the guys and teases them, and a little bit of flirting around. A little bit of flirting around. This was there. I'm talking about in that particular life. Now she was telling, during the process of that past life regression, when the Brian Lee was doing it for her, he is bringing that person who was a friend in this life. Can you believe this? In this life, the same friend is born in a different form, in a different positions he has taken. Can you believe that particular person was none other than her mother-in-law? Can you believe this? And she was explaining, hey doc, this mother-in-law also was the same, the character, even though she was 70 years old, saw thousands of years ago the same friend. Now, why I'm telling you this particular story was, we should understand that if you are meeting a particular, be it your friend or be it even Dr. Prabhu meeting you in a Zoom meeting, and then I'm meet up and then exchange information. So our job is basically everything happens for a reason. So in this life journey, nobody comes to you to teach you bad lessons. Nobody. Everybody comes to teach you some beautiful information. It's up to you to take it as a good lesson or you're taking as a bad lesson. It's up to you. But I would say take everything as a experience. Do not give a name tag as good experience or a bad experience. Everything is an experience. But if it is a bad experience, what you need to do is, what did you learn from that bad experience? It's okay. Now, but can you convert that bad experience to a good experience? Is by basically taking the good things of what did you learn from that particular experience. So in life, we all meet the people for a reason. So please enjoy meeting that person. Pick all the good things what you need to. Sometimes those souls will give back to you, probably in the form of, you might have given 10,000 ringgits and they don't return it back. Probably you are supposed to give in your previous life. We do not know. But there is some lesson we learn. So what happens is, look forward for what you can do for this life and start moving forward. Now, saying so, what happens? This is a beautiful bird. Have you seen this bird, flying with flocks of other eagles together? Have you ever seen it? Most probably no. Why? Because it always walks walks wait, always walks all alone in life. So we come alone, we walk alone, and we will leave this planet alone. Nobody will come with you when you die and say, hey, my father died, I'm also dying with her, my mother died, I'm also, or your lovers died and you also go with your lover. No, it never happens. We all leave this universe all alone. Now, saying so, does it mean that we are not supposed to mix up with other people? No, I don't say that. It's a beautiful experience that we all need to cohabitate and co-live coexistence with every beautiful soul, be it your animal, be it your plants. We all need to blend ourselves with the beautiful universe and live peacefully on this planet Earth. Now, there is one thing about this particular eagle. It looks beautiful when it flies, but the same eagle, when it is, not flying on the ground, when it is walking alone, it walks very majestically. But at the same time, when you look at eagle, will never look beautiful when it is walking all alone on the planet Earth. Only when it flies with the wings fully open up, everything is beautiful. It looks so nice, and you would see that it always. Have you ever seen the eagle flapping and flying? Yes, only to a certain extent it will flap. After that, it will start gliding its journey. In the same way, please do not tell me that you want to go on flapping your life, telling that this is good, this is bad, this is not okay, this is okay with me. Don't go on flapping with those information. You need to come out of all this, open your wings of beautifulness, open your wings and just glide your life. What you need to do, observe the situation, pick all the information, glide in this universe. The universe doesn't tell you to go on flapping all the time. You need to flap sometimes. When you're landed up on the mother earth, you need to flap up and then go up. That means for you to fly. But once you go into the higher dimension of flying, your journey becomes so beautiful that you will be able to pick all the information and walk your journey much more peaceful and much more beautiful. Saying so, what happens? Now, this is something which I needed to share today, because this everything I started preparing only. I was until the morning 8 o'clock. I didn't know what topic I'm going to speak. I was wondering. I asked the universe, please tell me what. So it gave me all these beautiful slides. I picked it up. Now, there are three situations in life which you will, every one of us, we all go through this. Now, what is that situation is, when you look at number one, problems creator. Whether you like it or not, there are a lot of people behind you to give you. For example, you would be saying, sharing a thing, hey friend, I'm drinking this terahertz, there will be people immediately telling you, terahertz, oh you, this is a have you read the research and all? It creates a lot of problem in your DNA. This person faced this problem, that person. Now, like this, they will be going on giving information, because they are picking up that kind of information. So what happens? You will be walking so beautifully, thinking that, okay, fine, let me buy a terahertz device and then start drinking the water and then become more healthier. This is what you're looking at. But there will be out there people to give all the unfavorable situation for you not to buy the situation, not to drink the water, not to. Now, here you should be very, very clear. What do you want? Now, here what I would say is, you can become a little different as you pass on. The second kind of people is, they are problem seekers. That means knowingly or unknowingly, they land up in problems. Now, why most of the people land up in problem is, number one, ignorance. Means they do not know what they want in life. Ignorant. They are very ignorant. Number two, they'll be always claiming they are innocent. Now, if you tell me a baby or a child which is around 5 years to 10 years is innocent, I accept it, because the child is still yet to see the. But don't tell me you are a 50-year-old or 30-year-old or 50 or 60 or 70-year-old and you are still innocent, you didn't know anything, and you landed up in problems. Please do not give this kind of excuses. God gave you the sixth sense for you to wisely think what is. So if you cannot think wisely, just be calm. Simple. Nothing else. Don't do anything. Be calm. Don't decide. Don't live in the duality of good and bad. Just relax and move forward. Now, there are a lot of people who will be carrying the problem all through their life. They will die with the problem. Now be careful. What you need to do, if people are carrying, how you will know whether the person is having problem or not? You just sit at for a coffee talk, and you know what will happen. This particular person, they will immediately start. My life like this now. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, for the past so many years, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. I've tried so many businesses, nothing happened. When you go and talk to them, there is a new business called turrets, wherein you can really earn a good money. These people will say, no, 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 I have tried so many things and nothing worked out. Because when you go on talking about problems, the universe will bless you with problems. So finally, what you need to understand is, are you a problem solver? Now, problem solver for whom? For your own self, or a situation solver. So you become so smart that every situation, every opportunity you get in your life, try to solve that problem, solve that situation. What will happen? You will automatically be in a position to get a solution for that, whatever situation is. Now, I live a life wherein I would like to have a solution for a single problem. You can tell me this is my problem, I will give you minimum of 10 different solutions. Now, why did I do that? I have practiced my life until today to be a solver. That means I would like to do everything. So when I am a solver by myself, can I not give you a solution for you when you come down to me? Definitely I'll be able to. Now, each human being have to become a problem solver or a situation solver. For that, there's only one criteria. Number one, you need to keep your vibration so high in tandem with the universe. When you keep your vibration beautifully stable all the time, without being emotional most of the time, be stable emotionally, your vibration becomes very stable. When your vibration becomes stable, what will happen is your antennas are wide open. When the antenna is wide open, for any given situation, the solution will automatically come to you. It will automatically, you don't need to ask for it, it will be there, because only a calm mind can find solutions. So saying this, I would wish, do not come into the first two categories, wherein you be alert if people are coming cutting down, who are creating problems for you. You be careful and be away from them. Number two, do not be with the people who talk always about problems. You have to be away from them. But for you to become the third one, the problem solver, it comes with experience. Move with people who are all in that situation. But to find that, it will be very difficult. There might be 10 human beings, you see only one person will be a problem solver, the remaining all in the first two categories. So just be careful. But I wish that you and me are the same. Our souls are the same. Only thing, we have taken a physical different form. So you can become like me and then start working in your life and be a problem solver. So saying so, whether you are in terahertz based business or any other business, you should know how to give the right information for the people, be it drinking water, be it the terahertz technology, be it the business plan, what you want to tell. You should be able to be so clear in your life, you give them the right situation. Now, after giving the situation to them, whether they're going to pick it up or not, we do not know. If they pick it up, it's well and good. If they don't pick it, it's still well and good. Your job is to move forward, share the information, and just move your life. You are not here to sell anything to anybody. You are here to only share and then care for people, so that that goodness will always be remembered. Maybe today when you speak to a person about terror, they may not pick the water, or they may not pick the instrument. It's still okay, but you have tickled their brain and you have left it. One fine day, suddenly it will trickle their brain, and then automatically they will feel, okay, that day this particular person spoke about this, let me give it a try. So they will come back to you. But by chance they don't come back to you, it's still okay. The reason why it's okay, not every person whom you just because you tell them, they need to pick whatever advices, whatever information you share with you. If they have to take, start practicing it. But today I'm so happy to share that we have thousands of people who have been drinking this Daraj's water, and they have experienced an amazingly exponential uh, changes, not only in their health part, their mind part. They are able to, share this information with so many people. So when we are having this kind of beautiful journey, what we need to do is we just need to hold our hands and then with the same frequency of mind with people and start walking and doing the same thing, so that you need to upgrade. Now, such of those, you are here in the steroids for a very, very long time, more than a year. Now the time has come for you to share this information to other people by giving them more information about not only water, it will be about nutrition. So now the new product called the NAM has come to our company. So we are going to get into the next stage of our business, wherein we'll have another products for us to move forward. It will be more easier. Now what we all need to do is, we all are here for exchange of information and we all need to move forward. Now saying life journey is beautiful, we all need to walk alone, and we all need to be a problem solver. So I don't say the word problem, so I would use the word situation. So we all have go through some given situation. Now saying that, once again back to our journey of water. It's always that, because I need to work on and I need to see what are the most beautiful information available. There are a lot of information, but still I will be sharing in the probably weeks to come, and then probably from there we will all be able to get more information other than the water. Now, why should we drink water? Why should we drink adequate water? Very simple. When you drink water, there should be a benefit for the cells. Number one, the hydration has to be there. That's our basic idea. So you don't go into the real properties of water initially. What I would say is, if at all you want to talk to someone about terahertz, what you need to tell them is, are you drinking water? They will say yes. Now, are you hydrated well? They don't know what is that hydration. I don't know. So when they say I don't know about the hydration, then you say, hey, you don't know about the hydration. Come on, we have a AD down here who does a wonderful, wherein a drop of blood, wherein you can. So you can arrange for them to understand what is hydration by doing a drop of blood test. So the moment they see their own blood test, now they can tell, hey, I'm having an instrument which is worth 20,000 and I'm drinking this water for a very long time. Very good, no problem. We are happy about it. If their hydration is good by drinking that water, if your cells are very well hydrated, then you just salute them and say, fantastic, you're doing a great job, please continue drinking that water. You don't have to go and tell them that you please take terahertz water. We don't need to do that, because hydration is already good. Now, what happens next? Then the next question you're going to ask them is, hey, do you know how your cells are all functioning? Is your How you feel very active? Your BMR, that is basal metabolic rate. How is your? They wouldn't know. It's a little detail we are talking, but just casually when you're talking them, how active are you? How energetic are you? They will say, Yala, I'm a little lethargic, feeling very sleepy. My sleep not okay. My bowel habit not. All this they will. Then they will say, see, when you drink this particular water, something called terahertz resonated water, your metabolic function improves. Now, how is that? When you drink the water, that is when you need to get inside slowly to let them know that this water has got so good properties that you will be able to get the best out of drinking the water. So it is not that you're drinking water, but at the end of the day, if you're still going on with diseases and with the problems in your life on your physical body, then what is that you're doing? You need to change something somewhere. Do not get addicted to something which has not given you the benefit. So you need to change, give it a change. So what you should tell them, hey, you've been drinking this water for a very long time, it's okay, why not you try this terahertz water? So give them the terahertz water, resonated water to them and say, try it out. Give them a time of minimum 3 weeks. This is very important. Huh? Do not get feedbacks in 1 week's time. It's not enough. So minimum 3 weeks they need to consume this water of at least 500 ml per day for the next 21 days. When they are going to do this, they will have to see some changes. Now when they are seeing changes, they will definitely come back to you. Now most of the time changes will happen in a good manner, so for you it's okay. But some people, the moment they drink the water, they might come out with something which is not been there for very long time. It will open up. Like for example, they may have a severe body pain, and they can have continuous diarrhea like situation. They can be feeling very uneasy, they can fall sick. Now it's not that just because you drink this water that you're falling sick. It's not that. What's happening is your body has been sick for a very long time. Only thing you don't recognize that. Now when this water goes inside, it cleanses up and start pushing out everything slowly onto the surface. When things come to the surface, of course your body is going to respond to that situation saying that, hey, I'm coming out. So in most of the common man's language, they will say it's called a healing crisis. Now, healing crisis, if it's a very severe, of course, you and I would not appreciate. Maybe it's a severe pain, and you might have to get admitted in the hospital. These are all situations extremely rare, but it can happen. But how good they had kept the body all the while, we do not know. So you need to be a little more understanding that each individual who is coming to you has his own issues, has his own way of body makeup. So you do not know. So do not jump into just to give them the Taraj water and then tell them, please drink this, and then you this will happen. Do not give them a big picture of what good things is all about. You need to let them know casually. When you ask them, do you pass bowel? So what I'm talking is detoxification. If you see a lot of black marks on the skin, discoloration is there, and a black ring around the eyes, it all indicates liver is not very healthy. If your liver is not very healthy, you will not be able to have a proper metabolism of your body, number one. Number two, the toxins gets collected inside your body cannot be thrown out. So if the toxins cannot throw out, definitely whatever you do, things will not change. Maybe your diabetes will not be able to change. You will have either the numbering will increase or your complications will increase. It will happen. That means your poison is still stuck into your body. So when they say that this, then you should say, you've been drinking water, right? No problem. Why don't you try this water? Take it, give it a try. And if it's good, why not look into it? If you cannot buy the instrument, it's still okay. I will give you the water. Please give them the water and let them drink it, let them experience it. Because in this world, all will not be in a position to buy the instrument. It's still okay. Our job as a human being, what we all can do is, let's share whatever. Like for example, if you look at, is it only Bill Gates has to give in billions of dollars in the form of a donation? No, you can do the donation by giving the water free. Now how much of money are you going to spend maybe for the bottle and little bit of what else you would have invested for the instrument? It's still okay. But can you do the donation? Maybe when you accumulatively see your investment for the water bottle, everything, maybe let's assume it's around 100 ringgits you're spending. Now don't you think monthly once or twice you can donate that 100 ringgits to the people in the form of water? So share water. It will be beautiful experience. It doesn't mean that you have to go to an orphanage home and then give the money there to buy it doesn't mean you have to do something like that. Even water, when you give it free, there is a minimum cost factor for it. It's still okay, you do that. Now other than that, how energetic are they? If your oxygen content in your body is very good, you should be energetic all the time. Now when you drink this water, there is an advantage of oxygen being carried much more beautifully. So that's good. Now the next question you can ask to the people, hey, you're eating carrots, you're eating beetroot, you're eating vegetables, you're eating the protein meat and all, how good is your absorption? How good you feel about it? They will say, Yala, I'm eating, but still I'm falling sick very frequently. So that's when you should say, how sure are you that the nutrients are getting absorbed? So they will say they don't know. So what you should tell them is, okay, fine, no problem. All the while you've been drinking this whatever water you're drinking, why not you try this water, try it out, and you see, feel how you or vegetable soups 3 weeks, they should feel a little different and they will feel good about it. So once they are feeling good, that is when you should say, please consume this water. If it's good, let them continue. Now many of us will have irregular bowel movements. This is something which food is doctor, my bowel movements is very nice. When very good. That means I'm. So there is something when they are drinking the terminated water, isn't it? So the benefits like joint movement, your tears, all will become so beautiful when you are drinking the. So you water. So are you able to hear me, Angie?
Yes, doctor, we can see you.
Okay,
Yes.
fantastic, fantastic. So we
Just
are.
that the just now your network is not stable. So it's
Oh, no, I have put in the cable, Angie. I have put in the cable. I'm so
oh, the voice now
sorry.
is
I don't know whether it's stable or unstable. It's still okay. Are you able to hear?
yes, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So you should drink. Okay, the ideal drinking water is be drinkable. It's called potable in our language. It's called potable. So you need to drink water with pH of ideally 7.4 to 8 is good enough. But if at all your body is acidic, you should drink very little all the while, because understand that whatever higher the pH you're going to drink, the body has to come back with its normal pH, which will be between 7.4 to 8, is good enough for it to function. It's like how much ever boosting you can give, the body says I don't need the boosting all the while. My body has to be working at an optimal level, which is manufactured by the uh, creator with a particular whatever functionality. So we cannot go on changing the pH. Whatever you do, it has to come back. So your pH has to be. Other than that, TDS, which is basically a total dissolved solvent, has to be between 50 to 200 is good. TDS is elements for your bodily function, be it your kidneys, be it your heart, be it your cellular function. You need to have minerals and trace elements, which are around 80 to 100 in different varieties, but all in little quantities. Now, there is always a beautiful saying, little drops of rain make a mighty ocean, isn't it? So in the same way, little minerals, little trace little everything of it more healthier. So our aim is to become more healthier and into the wellness. Now, other than that, you need to look at the ORP, which is very important, oxidant reduction potential, which is always on the minus. Now, why is it minus? Is basic, even though it is called minus, but it is something like giving donation. For example, you have 200 ringgits. It's in this language of ORP, we will say you have minus 200. So that means you have the 200 ringgits for you to give it as a donation to 200 people. 1 ringgit each you can donate. In the same way, when any product, it could be a carrot, it could be a vegetable, it could be a water, anything which has got a minus high ORP in your body, there is always a person, a villain in your body in the form of free radicals scavenging your oxygen. They will steal it and go away. So once the oxygen is stolen, your body function will be definitely hampered. That is where cancer comes in, when the oxygen molecules are reduced. So this is where you need to have a ORP on the higher dose so that it donates. So you need to have a balance of ORP, and the free radical damage will be happening until you are all living on this planet Earth. It will be there, but have more food and drinking water, everything which has got a little good ORP. So in that way, if you see, all the antioxidant properties are all there in the vegetables and fruits. Now, this is where when you consume more of vegetables and fruit, you will be having more of ORP. Now, vegetables and fruits, if you are going to eat fully cooked, you may not get the full benefit of it. But if you can have raw vegetables, there is something called Rotarian in USA. People are following it. What is Rotarian? RAWTARIAN. Rotarian means you just blend all the vegetables and fruits in what I would say raw, blend it up and then have a smoothie of it. This is called Rotarian. Now, when the Rotarians are eating these raw vegetables and fruits, what's the benefit they get is they are much more stronger. The immune system is much more beautiful, and they are much more healthier. Now, is it that we all should follow that? I would say I leave the choice to you. But if you can cook vegetables 50% and eat, that's good enough. That means you will be able to absorb a lot of nutrients from the vegetables and fruits. But other than that, if you're looking at proteins, of course, you're non-vegetarian, your fish, your meat, all this will give you what you need to. But especially people who are all above 50 years, you need to understand that especially your food must have high nutrient value with low glycemic index, wherein you need to eat those healthy foods so that you can live a little longer. So in Japan and other countries where people have been vegetarian for a very long time, they are able to live longer. Not that people who are eating non-vegetarian will die sooner, but the complication what they face is a little more than compared to a vegetarian. Even in vegetarian, there are a lot of drawbacks because vegetarians will have less of omega 3, especially in their food. So when there is a less of omega 3, definitely heart issues can come. So people will be discussing and talking, they'll be telling, yeah, you're a vegetarian, but we see a lot of people who are having heart attack. Because whenever we talk, we say that non-vegetarian people, because of the meat, they get into the heart attack and issues like that. But I would say no, even a vegetarian can get an heart attack. For the reason is their omega 3 level is less. So in this research in UK, when they gave these people with a supplement of omega 3, can you believe the percentage of heart attack came to around 40% lesser than people who are not taking this omega 3. So omega 3 is another wonderful supportive tool in our dietary. Then your water should be clean from all the bacteria, viruses. Of course, you don't need a infection. E. coli is very, very important organism which will actually go on doing all the wrong things in your intestine. There are a lot of diarrheal issues, absorption issues. The good news is the resonated water with terahertz kills the E. coli 85%. That's excellent, isn't it? When the E. coli is thrown out, your water is much more cleaner. So that is where resonated water with terahertz is another amazing tool for us. So you should use. And your water should not contain any heavy metals. So such of those who are all drinking water directly from the tap, please stop doing that. You are not doing a healthy healthy situation for your body. The reason is directly catching your water and drinking, you are actually taking a lot of heavy metals, chemicals and pesticides which will be there inside the water. So please invest some little money for you to get the best water filters. Spend around 2000 to 3000 ringgits, get a good filter outside and inside, and then you should be ideally drinking this water. Now once you are having an ideal drinking water, add on add on to the resonated instrument so that it gives an advantage of all the properties which I'm going to show you in the next slide. Now, there are, of course, the resonated water is available through the Embrad technology, ozone technology. You can even play some music, plays the water, and then it gets changed. Yes, it can do that. And chanting can help you. You can chant, I love you to the water, and there's a lot of positive things happening. You can continue pour the water through the pebbles down there, it becomes a structured resonated water. So other than that, with all this, the best and the easiest thing is terahertz technology. It's new technology. When there is a new technology, definitely you should give it a try. That uh, try this particular system wherein what are the benefits. So there are a lot of good benefits, more easier, and you should do it. But I do not say that you're not going to say chanting, or you're not going to use the music as a situation for you to change the water resonance. You can do it. It's always an advantage when you have the bonus of everything together and then move forward. And such of those who are all having previously with all the Embrad technology, or if you're already having it, and if you feel that you need a faster, more easier benefit, go with the terahertz technology. It can help you. Now, terahertz is a very, very simple one. Jug is given with 3.5 liters and the unit is placed over it, and you're going to use just a power bank for it to do your resonating. So it becomes so easy that you can carry it anywhere and then start resonating and drink the water. Now, as you're doing this, definitely there will be a lot of good things happening to you. Give it a try and start moving forward. And of course, when you're looking at the properties, there are very beautiful, good properties which is already there, and which the company has already given us all the information. So in that way, I would say boiling of water is another advantage wherein terahertz water can be boiled. Now, Why we say it can be boiled is because if you are having an ionizer in your home and you're freshly preparing an ionized water, you need to drink it as soon as possible, because the benefit of that ORP, benefit of the pH, and benefit of the water molecule is there when you drink it fresh. Now the moment you boil that water, it will lose all the properties. That's a disadvantage. Now here what we have is, even though we have all the good properties, you can boil the water and it still maintains the same benefits. So when it is so good, why not? So that is one of the properties. Number two, long shelf life. So we have tried up to even 8 months to 1 year, keep the water and then re-drink it. It's absolutely fantastic, no issues. Whereas if you're going to drink a ionized water and you leave it outside for a very long time, definitely you cannot use it, because more than 24 hours to 72 hours, it cannot retain the same quality of water. So you need to understand that if this particular technology can keep the water for a longer life, it's good for you. Other than that, there are a lot of research which has been done on the emirate technology, wherein the frequency is around 7.83, the genetic expression, which is much more beautiful, which you are not many of you will be knowing what is all this genetic expression. You need to understand that when there is exposure of your body with the radiation or the chemical, it goes inside and then it will what it will do is it will tell your genes to the way it has to express itself. For example, if you're eating a lot of food from the packed food or tin food or ready-made food, what will happen is it will go inside and tell the genes a little different information, and your genetic DNA thinks that that is the right information, and it will start changing. That is where, if you see in the last 50 years, because of our epigenetic expression, which has been wrong most of the time, lot of diseases have come in. Even doctors, for us, we don't know what disease is it, because we don't know how to diagnose it, because they come with all unique symptoms. Like for example, in the corona one, I wanted to share you right now today is, just 3 days ago, this girl is 24 years old, and I know their family very well from India. Suddenly they called up and told me, doctor, she's having fever for the past 3 days. Then I said, fever for 3 days? But somehow my intuition was telling me, get a COVID test. So we just got a COVID test done, and it was positive. And can you believe the viral load of the COVID was almost 18? 18 means, that means on the higher side. That means the virus is quite powerful. She's just a 24-year-old girl, and she didn't go out of the house anywhere, but she was exposed to this particular COVID. Now she was positive. Now what happened is, suddenly after the next day, I immediately made arrangements to get a CT scan. Now, once I got a CT scan, what happened? The lungs is, we can see a patch on the upper region. Then I said, this is not a situation. We need to admit her. So we admitted her. Now, after admitting her, what happened? She had some breathing difficulty. Now she has been given oxygen, continuous monitoring with high dose of antibiotic, antiviral. All these are we are giving to that girl. Now the question is, COVID positive for a 24-year-old, what's happening? Now what I would say is, this particular organism has become so strong. It has mutated and then started presenting in a very, so such of those who are thinking that if you have a flu fever with all the symptoms what COVID has been telling for the past 1 year, it may not be. It will just present you with maybe light cough, maybe little bit of breathing difficulty, and you will think it is asthma. No, it can be COVID. So please be a little careful, because the presentation of COVID is a little different. And now that they have already opened Pasamalam in Malaysia, so please be careful, especially when you go out. As far as possible, avoid going out now. Do not expose yourself outside. If at all, if you want to go out, go if it is necessary. Other than that, when you go out, use a mask. Very, very important. Of course, people will say whether mask. I would say please use the mask. It's always safer than not using a mask. Wash your hands, keep yourself clean, especially when you go out and come. Immediately remove your clothes, put it for hot wash, and have a shower. These are all important things which you need to, because by doing this, what will happen is, and you have, if you have the terrace water, you please spray the terrace water all around you and use terrace water to drink. And there are a lot of good things which you can when you consume the terrace water. So the third benefit of drinking the terrace water is, because of the molecular size very small, the absorption is much better. Now, other than that, these are all little detailed information which you don't need it, but I'm just giving it to you because the angulation of the water molecule, if it is between 106 to 109, it's called the live water. Live water means it's something like nature. When you drink that particular water, what will happen is the absorption is much better, much faster. That is where when you are looking at the river water, spring water, these are all actually have a very right angulation. Thereby, it is when you drink such water, you will be able to get all the good benefits of absorption of the nutrients and other benefits. Now, other than that, of course, with this particular terahertz resonated water, the company has given us, it is an anti-radiation properties, antibacterial properties, antifungal properties, antiviral properties, with the viscosity very, very low of minus 680. Now, there can be situation where in the future that this minus 680 can go a little more up to 700, 800, 900 minus viscosity. That means it's just like gliding on a ice. So this itself is doing a great job. When you're drinking the water, it can carry the oxygen, carry the nutrients, everything is fantastic. Now, the linear arrangement molecule of this water molecule is another advantage, wherein your aquaporin is the door inside the cell, where it just goes inside and absorbs the nutrients. So the metabolism is much better. So with all these advantages, you should give it a try for you to drink this water, get the benefit out of it, and see what it is. If you feel that the benefit you didn't realize it, it's still okay. But what you can do is you still can consume the water to a maximum of around 2 liters per day. See, for give a time of 3 to 4 months for you to see if there is anything. Because many times, if we don't realize that there is something happening inside your body, the good benefits are there, we may not realize. It's still okay. But I would say definitely there is a lot of good things when you're drinking a resonated water. Please do look into it. Now, what are the benefits? As every time I go on telling healthy cells, healthy absorption, control of diseases. This is what is the testimonies we have received from thousands of people in Terra's group, wherein they are finding that their diabetes is under control, their blood pressure is coming down. Like, I need to share this information. My patient who came to me in the month of December with the both the kidneys in a failure stage, and they wanted to go for a dialysis, and the doctors advised them. But this lady, 37-year-old lady, what happened was she came to me. I started with terahertz water with all the other nutrients and other supportive supplements, giving it to her. Now, so beautifully, as in the past 4 months, so beautifully she is able to move forward. Her symptoms have come down. She is able to lie down and sleep. Her face is much brighter. And in this, I need to share is Angie was asking me BioVibes analyst. BioVibes is basically our energy fields, keep your energy fields high. So I did help this particular patient to have her energy fields very, very high at all times, so that when your energy is high, your mind is very calm, so that you're able to pick up and receive information much more wisely. So the good benefits is there can be a detox which happens naturally, then illness to wellness, energy of the high, the cells are very high, so it's all beautiful. So other than this, what you need to do is, there can be benefits because of drinking this water from many diseases. It's good enough. If you are getting the benefits, say salute you and move forward. So there is always a good things for about every situation. So it's up to you what you want to do. Always give good intention and the right intentions, you will get back the same. But at the same time, I don't deny that you may have situations where it's not feasible for you to drink the water, but it's still okay. But at the same time, I don't naturally, one of the best way for you to support your body with potassium is you eat a lot of plantains, will give you a lot of potassium.
Dr. Prabhu, we cannot hear you.
Hello, Angie, can you hear me? I'm sorry, why is
Now,
this?
now, yes, now, yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is really challenging for all of us, but it's okay. I believe that this is how our journey has to move on. Okay, coming back to the thing. So you need to support your body by taking tender coconut. And many a times you can add a little bit of bamboo salt. You can add a little bit of salt, also normal salt. It's still okay. You need to add minerals. There are a lot of products available. So just be a little careful if you're having multiple diseases. Just be a little, if at all your bowel issues are there, you have to be a little more cautious in drinking this water. And in that way, I would say, if you're not able to consume the water, it's okay. What you need to do is take bath in the sterile water, number one. Number two, spray the water on your body as many times as possible. So there are a lot of beautiful things you need to do, experience it. Now other than that, if you're going if you're going to get the best of it, you have to give it a try of this terahertz resonated water. Start with lower dose of around 250 ml and then increase it to 2 liters in a period of around 1 to 2 months, and then slowly you start moving forward. So the finally, of course, every time we have to give a message is, you need to be balanced, you need to be balanced, you need to be balanced. Have a balanced journey of life, balanced thinking. Whatever you eat, your food also should be balanced. Even drinking water has to be balanced. You cannot drink more water. Saying so, what is the message for today is, our life is an ongoing journey. We all have to live on this planet earth. Enjoy every moment. This is what is very, very important for you. Enjoy every moment of it. Today you're with me here today on the Zoom. Enjoy this moment. Pick up the information, because you may not get back the same day. Like for example, today cannot come back as the same 17th of April 2021. Only thing, next year it will be April but 2022. And if you go to the next month, it will be May. So in the same way, things will change. So enjoy the most beautiful journey every moment. Other than that, water is a storehouse of emotions. This is a very important information. So what kind of emotions are you keeping in yourself? Is it positive emotions? Is it a happy emotion? Is it a joyful emotion? Is it an ecstasy emotion? What is that you're keeping? Or is it an emotion of regret? Is it an emotion of remorse? Is it a emotion of revenge? Is it a emotion of unhappiness? So you need to see what you have been loading up your body yourself. If you're loading with this kind of emotion, your water inside your body will be very happy, keeping all those emotions. Only thing, without your knowledge, it will be slowly bringing it out. Every time a situation comes, you will bring out those emotions and those experiences. So you should understand that you need to walk all alone, but it's always good to walk along with other group of beautiful people. So be smart. Everything that comes to you in your life is for you to experience it. It's okay. Be You have to compliment more in your life. Just for today, be thankful for whatever blessings you have. Do not complain. Very important. Do not complain. The more you complain, complaining is still okay. You can, of course, you can say, okay, I didn't like this, I didn't like. You can give it a try. You can complain more all the time and be a student all the time. This is another very, very, be a student means even if you're a 60-year-old, learn. If you're 90-year-old, even it's okay. Be a student. If you're a student on the school of earth, 100% your journey will be very beautiful. So always keep in mind, be open, receive the information first, analyze the situation, then apply it in your life. Life becomes more beautiful. So with this information, I think it is a fantastic 1 hour I have spent with you, beautiful souls. So I bless you with a journey of peace, harmonious journey, lifestyle with joyfulness, full of contentment. You should be contented with whatever you have. And until I look back again or come back again with another topic, looking forward to meet you. Have a great weekend. And thank you, Angie. Thank you, Joy.